Soup, salad, sandwiches. Welcome to Dan's Dime Saver of the Day, Matty Matheson's new cookbook edition. We're going to make broiled broccoli and cheddar soup. Technically, I don't like broiled broccoli and cheddar soup. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not my favorite. Secondly, I don't have a blender. The ex-fiance has that, so that's going to take some getting used to. And thirdly, my biggest criticism with the book is just the ingredient list is always never something that you have in-house, so I'll do it as best as I can. I also have an addition that I'm going to try out, but we'll try it his way first. So, with that being said, let's make some broccoli and cheddar soup on a budget. Okay, so here's the veg. It's going to have celery, it has onion, it has garlic, it has, of course, broccoli, and it has leeks, which I honestly don't think I've ever cooked before. Toss your broccoli with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then put on a low broil. Of course, I don't have a low broil function on my oven because my landlord's oven is terrible. So it's 420 somewhere. Things that Dan should have recorded. Look at that nicely poured Guinness. Over here, we have heavy cream. So basically, heavy cream, Guinness, and broth combined with these veggies, and then some cheese is the idea of this recipe. So we're about to get going. The broccoli just has about 10 more minutes, but don't worry, you won't have to wait that long. Hey, so Matty said they should be charred up, so these are about charred up as they look in the book. So moving on. Heating your olive oil up here. Once your olive oil is heated up appropriately, we're going to drop in the garlic and the onions and the celery and the leeks in that order. Yo, I forgot this is Matty Matheson's cookbook, so of course it requires, well, it says a quarter cup of butter, but I'm only making half, and my body doesn't want 1/8 of a cup of butter, so this much. So that's all of it in there, except for the broccoli. That comes in later because it's already been roasted. Following people's recipes is wild, man. I mean, 9 times out of 10, literally, I just cook from feeling. So this is new for me. That being said, there's no salt, pepper, anything, just olive oil, butter, and then those onions and the leeks, which is sort of like an onion in and of itself, is giving off an amazing aroma right here. Well, other than the smoke, hold on, let me get a better angle. We're about to drop in water and Guinness. Okay, so I put about 1/3 of a cup of Guinness and 4 cups of water. It had called for about a 1/4 cup of Guinness and 8 cups of water. There are very few things in this recipe that actually aren't rich on top of rich on top of rich, so I feel like a little more beer to water ratio should help with that. Alright, so here's where we're at. A few things. Obviously, me not having a blender means it's not going to be that exact green that you see from Matty Matheson's. At the same time, I'm more of a soup person than a puree person anyways. I'm not too concerned about it. Should taste more or less the same. Right now is where we're about to add the cream. Okay, so I've just got in with this cream, and the reality is if it were my recipe, it would be coconut milk, but I'm trying to keep it as close as possible, so this should thicken up pretty quick. Yeah, that's starting to look like broccoli soup without the cheddar now. Over here, I have a mix of medium Gustav cheddar and Mexican chili pepper infused cheddar. Started by adding about half of this to the pot. See how that goes. Okay, for science. For me, my opinion is that it's a little one note. It's a little rich. Doesn't have, so these are quick pickled broccoli stems with cayenne and sugar and vinegar here, which will hopefully brighten it all up. Soup seems done. Quickles seem very cayenne syruped up. So let's plate it all up. Alright. So, a few things. I mean, it takes about an hour to do, okay? So, if you want, this is only for literally 2 portions. If I were going to do it again, I would make way more. But let's see how it... Okay. It's going to be really hot. Let me just blow on it. Okay, wish me luck. This broccoli, thankfully, isn't piping hot. Quite a tasty thing. I mean, I tasted it earlier. It wasn't quite salty enough. Now maybe it's too salty, but I think it's because the presentation, they have you put salt over top of that broccoli on top. I've just stirred that through, so it's probably be a bit better now. The quickle is totally my idea, so let's try one with the quickle. Okay, so this is literally a cayenne pickle. Yeah, that's delicious. I was surprised you didn't do something with the stems in the recipe anyways. But if you were to make this, adding some sort of a spicy quickle or something like that to kind of counterbalance the richness, great idea. In terms of taste, really good. I don't think I've ever made as pretty a soup. I give it about a 7.5 out of 10. And like I say, I don't like broccoli and cheese soup, really. In terms of the cost to make it, you make it this way, it's not that expensive. You know, yeah, I paid $5 for a can of Guinness, but $4 of it is about to get hammered back here as I eat the soup. You know, the leeks are a bit expensive, but I got a lot of opportunity to make leeks. Still, nevertheless, you're probably paying about, $4 to $5 per bowl, even when you dumb it down a little bit like I did. Matty's style, you're probably paying like $11 or $12 per bowl. So this has been Dan's Dime Saver of the Day, experimental Matty Matheson broccoli soup with quickle edition. If you liked, please follow, and let's have my first full bowl of broccoli soup ever. Cheers.